everybody. Dan Cunliffe, Managing Director of Pangea. Thanks so much for joining us for our September video log. We find ourselves in South Africa, actually, which many of you may know is my home country. But we have, over the last sort of 6 months to 9 months, been really looking at what Africa could do in terms of our IoT opportunities and be able to work ideas. So one of our partners has already sort of engaged the market, and we're here to not only support them but look at the other opportunities in sort of Southern Africa in a total. I think the things that I find pretty interesting is that there are still very disparate ways in which people are connecting cross borders. So being able to provide a solution that is a smart connectivity play between South Africa and sort of, you know, places like Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, things like that, where you cross the border, the prices change so significantly and make it difficult for IoT to grow. So that's something we'll be looking at. And the other part, which is quite cool, has been things like usage-based insurance, where it's quite a developed market, I suppose, in Europe and the US, but actually over here just starting to kick off, and we're really interested in what that could be looking at for us. Anyway, so not a bad way to spend, I suppose, October compared to what it could be like in the UK, where it's getting a bit colder. A couple of things for this vlog just to get to the point. Super delighted and very excited to welcome Virtual One on board as our partner. Together we have built a strategic relationship focused around a cellular Ethernet proposition. I'm very proud of this proposition because it is a unique way in which we deliver cellular services, 4G services, on the IP range that Virtual One owns. So it's a layer 2 cellular Ethernet product, which for ISPs is a bit of a holy grail, and we've been working on it for a long time, and my team has done a fantastic job to bring that to market. Virtual One is truly one of the, sort of, in my view, one of the pioneers in the Ethernet market, and they're going to take this forward and deliver this into their channels. So really pleased for them to come on board. And I'd like to thank, obviously, Tom, Neil, Mark, all of the team there who've helped us kind of bring this forward. And we look forward to working with others who are especially interested in a layer 2 cellular Ethernet product. Other bits I can talk about, we have a strategic partnership as well, but more from an IoT perspective with a company called Buddy. You may have heard us talking quite a bit about energy monitoring, energy efficiency in buildings, and particularly talking about a Fitbit for buildings solution. Well, we're proud to announce that we have a UK distribution agreement with a company called Buddy, who are being hugely successful in Australia and the US, working on how you monitor your building from an energy perspective. Why this is important is because today 20% of UK companies actually spend £250,000 a year on energy, and quite often it is almost impossible to be able to manage multiple sites in terms of what their energy usages are. This system is a fully installed, fully deliverable service which will give you as granular as you need to be about what parts of your building are using which energy, so you can then make the decision on how to either save or use energy in a more efficient way. There's also a government regulation called ESOS, which requires buildings and requires certain companies of a certain size to actually give information and proof that they've monitored their buildings. For our partner channel, pretty much every single one of our partners looks after a company that has a building. So from our perspective, and of course the Buddy relationship, we thought this is a great opportunity for our channel partners to take a more IoT specific product which is fully connected, the device as well as the analytics play nicely fits into the way we deliver IoT into that market. A couple other really interesting things, if you look at some of the editorials we've been involved in. The Scottish Herald interviewed our sales director, Bernie McPhillips. A little interesting news about Scottish Herald: it is the world's longest running, from what I understand, national newspaper in the world. It was started in 1783. And they took some real interesting view on interviewing Bernie. A lot of focus on entrepreneurship, a lot of focus on why Scotland and why kind of would we be there. From my perspective, we've got some great partners in the north and up in Scotland. We also have some really interesting info on the way that Scotland is working towards innovation and really driving the IoT agenda. So worth checking that out in the editorial piece on the website. Finally, we attended Channel Live, which was really interesting for us this year, and we were kind enough to be invited on an IoT panel where it was myself and 3 other companies, one of which being Siemens, and we were all being really tasked to try and answer the question is, do you need a specialist in your business to deliver IoT?
What is quite useful that I've seen over the last 4 years is that actually the average revenue per, I suppose, from a SIM perspective, or from that deal perspective, is actually higher than mobile, if you look at it across our base. And that is very encouraging because there's loads of mobile deals out there, but there's not as many IoT people that are out there working on the thing. So if I said to you, well, actually your ARPU is higher in IoT per time, why wouldn't you want to get involved?
And I kind of had a view on that, which you can watch the full panel debate via the links on YouTube. But my view was that if the market is as big as it is, which clearly it is the biggest market right now in terms of revenue opportunity over the next 5 years, why would you not invest in it? Why would you not bring a specialist in to help you? On the other hand, Pangea exists to try and help our channel partners get into this market regionally and try and grow from there. And after that, you can always bring a specialist to try and take you further into the sort of multi-million pound IoT opportunities. So try to keep that as kind of short and sweet as we can. Really appreciate you guys viewing and listening to our vlog. Next month we'll be talking a lot more about hopefully some new partnerships, but also some new value for our channel, things we can do for them. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Dan Cunliffe.